It's a Taylor acoustic guitar. I haven't looked inside in a while. It's a Taylor 110, Model 110. It's a really nice, kind of bright sounding acoustic guitar, and I upgraded to this from like a cheap, like $200 Fender acoustic that I started learning on. So it was a big upgrade in terms of sound quality and stuff. And it's been really my workhorse guitar for since I've had it. It's a lot brighter than the first acoustic I had. It's a lot clearer. Like it's just got a clearer tone to it. It was definitely a noticeable upgrade for me. So I played around with a bunch of other guitars after touching this one, and I think I was just between the price markdown, which I still think is the primary reason, and the way it sounded, I came back to it, and that was the one I walked out with. So really the sound, like it projects really well. It's got some very slight dome backing, which my first guitar is completely flat, and I don't know if this actually makes a difference, but to me it seems like it helps it project a bit more out of the sound hole. So there's that, and I think the brightness, which I mentioned before, it's just really appealing to me. There's something to be said for darker sounding acoustics that have a bit, like, I don't know if muddy is the right term, just like a duller kind of ring, whereas this one, like, some like really bright pronunciation. So if you're trying to do some improvisation or do solo work, you have that option, but it also sounds great in chord form. I don't know, I appreciate that bright sound. I really like it, and I think all of my favorite acoustic players tend to have that brighter sound as well, so kind of what draws me to it. It clearly has some flaws on it. There's some leftover blood stains for when I'm playing without a pick. There's a nice defect that was caused by me in my younger years. I think I had the guitar for like 6 months, and I was like, all right, time to clean this bad boy. And I busted out my parents' cleaning supplies, and I can't remember what I used, but I think it was like some wood polish or something like that. So I sprayed a bunch of I think I started like in this area and on like the fretboard, and I was cleaning the fretboard, and then I looked down and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look good. And I started like wiping it off, and literally like my guitar was coming off. It's like, shit, like I've had this for half a year and I've already destroyed it. So fortunately it hasn't ruined the sound of it, but it definitely is a blemish. I don't know, I kind of like it now. It gives it character. I never planned to sell this guitar. I have such an emotional attachment to it at this point. So it's, I don't know, we'll call it character adding. In high school, I got really into punk music. And in sophomore year, without knowing how to play any instruments or anything, I decided to gather up my friends that did know how to play instruments, and then we were going to make a punk band. And I was going to be the singer, obviously, because I don't know how to play any instruments. And 2 practices in, they kicked me out of the band. And that was a huge ego hit. So I decided that I was going to show them, and I'll learn to play guitar myself, and I'll start my own other band, and it's going to be way better than their band. And that's what got me started. And I never really earned my punk credentials at any point, so I don't know that I've showed them, but I'm still playing guitar, and it's now like 13 years later, I think, so. This is a Mexican Telecaster Deluxe Turbo Super Edition. I forget the exact designation. With a Strat body and that style of guitar, there's this kind of like horn up here. It looks like very aggressive. It looks very like pointed almost. Whereas this, if you look at the body, it almost looks like the shape of a cutaway acoustic guitar. It's got the round top here, this like, you know, pretty smooth round back, and even this little extrusion here is softer, not as like pointy as it is, at least visually to me it seemed other guitars had. So I liked that. I liked that it had that profile. And then again, just the coloration. Most acoustic guitars, the top have, you know, apparent wood grain and stuff, and I liked that look always with my acoustics. So I think that same aesthetic appeal applies to this one. So this neck pickup here is extremely clean and precise. It really, without actually playing acoustic guitar, it has that kind of cleanliness that you associate with that sound. There's no dirt, there's no like distortion or anything like that. And I find that really appealing because I do a lot of finger picking, a lot of fingerpick playing. So when playing with the electric, I can switch it over to that pickup and have an experience that's not exactly the same, but very similar to what I get with my acoustic.